Not so very long ago, there was a girl named Cinderella Jolie who lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters. The stepmother paid no attention to the girl other than to tell her what to clean next. The girl did everything for the other women. She worked day and night, cleaning and washing and picking up and putting away. At night, she would lay in her sleeping bag on the cold floor and dream about being a movie star. One day, her stepmother told her the family was leaving for the city. The older stepsister said,
"Yeah, they're casting for the great Prince Brad in the city, and we're going."
The other sister added,
"Oh, Brad is so rad."
"Come on, girls, there's still lots to do,"
said the stepmother.
"As for you, get back to work."
Cinderella Jolie was left all alone with her chores. She began to cry. She ran outside and lay down under a tree and cried some more. If only she could go to the tryouts. If only she could get her chance. Then she cried some more. All of a sudden the tree began to shake. Leaves fell everywhere, and up out of the ground came a magical fairy who floated before Cinderella Jolie's eyes.
"My poor child,"
said the fairy.
"your tears are making all the tiny folks so sad. They just couldn't listen any longer, so they have sent me to help you." "Help me? What can you do?"
said Cinderella Jolie, trying not to cry any more.
"You live such a hard and lonely life,"
replied the fairy.
"Wouldn't you rather be making people think and smile and watch as you walk around?" "Absolutely,"
answered Cinderella Jolie. The fairy smiled a mysterious fairy smile and said,
"Then show me your little finger."
Cinderella Jolie held out her hand, and the fairy hooked her little finger around hers and said,
"Make a wish, and make it true, and it will happen just to you."
And with that, the fairy disappeared back into the pool, leaving Cinderella Jolie alone and holding a golden ring. She heard the fairy's voice say,
"Just put the ring on, and make a wish."
She looked at the ring. She thought of her other sisters going to the tryouts. She thought about Brad. She slipped the ring on her finger and made a wish. Everything began to spin. She heard the fairy's voice say,
"You must remove the ring before sunset, or all that is done will be undone. Do not fail in this." "I won't. I promise,"
cried Cinderella Jolie. Things stopped spinning. She was before a door. She opened it and stepped onto a movie set. The director was talking with Brad. He turned to her and said,
"Okay, you're next. Do you know your lines?"
Cinderella Jolie thought for a moment, and sure enough, she did know her lines. She nodded.
"Action!"
cried the director. She began and Brad followed. They acted out her favorite scene. She was so happy. Then, without warning and all too soon, Cinderella Jolie, as if awakening from a dream, realized the light was changing. Without another word, she ran towards the door. She stumbled and lost the shoe, but kept going. As she went through and shut the door behind her, she slipped the ring back onto her finger. Everything spun. Then she was back home again. It all seemed like a dream. The memory stayed with her for weeks, and as she worked around the house, she reran the scene over and over. Was it a dream? Little did she know that the director and Brad had scores of staff out scouring the city for the mystery woman who had crashed the auditions and won the part, only to disappear just as suddenly. As time passed, Cinderella Jolie became sadder, stopped talking, or even listening to anyone. She just did her work. Then, one day, a huge stretch limo pulled up in front of the house. You think you can finish this story? Just submit your audio file to www.audioforfun.com/community.